Hi everyone, how's everybody today? Been another not too bad day. It's been raining here again in New Brunswick, but that's alright. We won't, it doesn't bother us. It needs it. The ground's really dry yet. So anyway, we are on day 22 already. Doesn't seem like that many days have gone by so fast, but it seems that's what the book says. So here we go. Day 22, before your very eyes. This world, after all our science and sciences, is still a miracle. Wonderful, inscrutable, magical, and more to who's ever will think of it. Thomas Carlyle, he was a writer and historian that died in 1881. 7 years ago, when I first discovered the secret and the magical power of gratitude, I made a list of all my desires. It was a long list at that time. There seemed to be no possible way my desires would come true. Nevertheless, I took my top 10 desires and I carried them with me on a piece of paper every day. Whenever I had an opportunity, I would take out my list and read through it, giving as much gratitude for each desire as I could, as though I had received it. With my number one desire, the desire I wanted more than anything else, I kept it constantly on my mind. And I would say the magic words "thank you" for it multiple times in a day, and feel as if it had come true. One by one, every desire on my list magically appeared before my own very eyes. As I received my desires, I would cross them off my list, and when I had new desires, I would add them to the list. One of my desires from my original long list was to travel to Bora Bora near Tahiti. After spending a beautiful week at the exact place in Bora Bora I had listed, another beautiful thing happened. I was flying to the mainland of Tahiti on my way home when the airplane stopped en route to pick up passengers. The flight had been empty, but it filled to the brim with native Tahitians, and suddenly laughter, smiling faces, and a happiness that was palpable surrounded me. As I enjoyed the short flight with these beautiful people, it became crystal clear to me the reason why they were so happy. They were grateful. They were grateful to be alive. They were grateful to be on a plane. They were grateful to be with each other, and they were grateful for where they were going. They were grateful for everything. I could have stayed on the plane and traveled around the world with them. It felt so good to be with them. And then it struck me that I had just received my final destination, or final desire. Bora Bora was the last desire on my original long list, and the reason I was on that plane was before my very eyes. Gratitude. I've shared this story as an inspiration for you because no matter how big your desires seem to be, you can receive them through gratitude. Even more than that, gratitude will bring a joy and happiness for life that you've never felt before, and that is truly priceless. From the time I began using gratitude and the law of attraction to the time I received my final desire on my original list was 4 years. To give you an idea of the enormousness of receiving all my desires in that amount of time, when I created my desire list, my company was $2 million in debt. And I had 2 months before I could be forced to shut it down and would lose my home and everything I owned. The money I owed on my personal credit cards was a small fortune, and yet on my desire list was to own a big house overlooking the ocean, to travel to exotic places in the world, to have paid all my debts, and to extend my company, to restore my every relationship to the best it could be, improve the quality of my family's lives, to be 100% healthy again, and have unlimited energy and excitement for life, along with the usual list of material things. And my number one desire, which seemed like an absolute impossibility to many of the people around me, was to bring joy to millions of people through my work. The very first desire that I received was bringing joy to millions of people through my work. The rest of my desires magically followed, and one by one, as they appeared before my very eyes, I crossed them off my list. So now it's your turn to use gratitude's magical power to make your desires appear more before your very eyes. At the start of the day, take your top 10. Boy, oh boy, I'm having one of them nights where tongue just does not want to, eyes and tongue aren't communicating. Take your top 10 desire list that you created, read through each sentence and desire on your list, and for 1 minute imagine or visualize that you had received your desire. feel as much gratitude as you can as if you have it now. Carry your desire list with you today in your pocket, or at least on at least 2 occasions in the day. Take out your list, read through it, and feel as much gratitude for each one as you can, as though you received it. If you want your desires to come more quickly, I would highly recommend that you carry your desire list with you in your wallet or purse from this day forward. And whenever you have time, open it up, read through it, and feel as much gratitude as you can for each one. When your desires appear before your very eyes, cross them off your list and add more. And if you're like me, each time you cross a desire off your list, you will be in tears of joy, because what seemed impossible was made possible through the magic of powerful gratitude. So the practice for day number 22. Number 1 is, as every night, count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as much gratitude for the blessing as you can. And at the start of the day tomorrow, take your top 10 desire list that you created. Read through each sentence and desire in your list, and for 1 minute, imagine or visualize that you have received your desire. Feel as much gratitude as you can. Carry your desire list with you today in your pocket, and on at least 2 occasions in the day, take out your list, read it thoroughly, and feel as much gratitude as you can. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words. Thank you for the best thing that happened during this day. Alright, so that is the end of day 22. These chapters are getting shorter and shorter, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching me. I'm doing this more for me than for anybody else. It gets me used to being in front of the camera and where to look, and it's all practice. But I figured if I've got to practice, I might as well post it, so then maybe it'll help somebody else too. And that's all we can do. Be here to help everybody else, help each other, and help ourselves. And anyway, I will talk to you again tomorrow night. I hope all of you went and entered your name and email on my webpage, and at least watch the webinar so that you can see what it's like. Most people are surprised that owning and starting a digital business is not the amount of work it is that like it would be to starting like a franchise or something like that. Like the overhead's not there, you don't have any products you don't have to purchase, you don't have no inventory or anything like that, and you don't have to do no phone calls, phoning your next door neighbor and seeing if they want to buy something. Everything's all there, all products are all listed for you, and all you got to do is just put in your time and a little bit of creative on social media, and the more time you put in it, the more productive you'll be. But it's something you could do. It's not if you're still working full time, that's fine. You could work full time and just like something like this reading tonight. If you were sitting somewhere waiting for 20 minutes, having to wait for somebody, or you're sitting on a bus for half an hour or an hour a day, you can be checking emails. You could be responding to messages on your Facebook page, and that's all. It's something that this business is very adjustable to your present lifestyle. But when you do get it up and running and it's successful, it changes the whole lifestyle that you have. You don't. It will surprise you. So check it out. At least then you can't say, well, why didn't you tell me about that? I am telling you, but that's all I'm going to tell you. You just got to go watch the webinar, and everything is explained there. So anyway, we will talk to you tomorrow night. Bye.